Hello everyone. In today's video, we have to learn about React Essential interview questions. First, what is React and why it is used and how does it works? React is a powerful JavaScript library developed by Facebook to build user interfaces especially for single page applications. It allows users to create reusable components and manage their state efficiently. The main reason why React is so popular are its simplicity, flexibility, and adaptability to handle complex UIs. React's declarative nature make it easier to understand and predict the behavior of your application. So, how does React work? It uses components as building blocks. Components can either be functional or class-based, and they manage their own state and logic. React efficiently updates the UI by utilizing the virtual DOM, which minimize expensive DOM manipulation and enhance performance. What is DOM manipulation in React? In traditional JavaScript, you manipulate the DOM directly using methods like document.querySelector or document.getElementById. In React, you don't manipulate the DOM directly. Instead, React uses the virtual DOM. It allows React to efficiently update only the parts of the UI that needs to be changed. For example, when the state of a component changes, React first update the virtual DOM and then compare it with real DOM, updating only the necessary elements. This makes React much more performant, especially in complex applications. What is virtual DOM? Virtual DOM is a lightweight copy of the real DOM. It's a key feature of React that it helps optimize the performance of your application. For example, a user click a button to change the state of an item in the UI. React first updates the virtual DOM and compare it with the real DOM using diffing algorithm. Then updates only the part that changed in the real DOM. Rather than re-rendering the entire UI, this approach ensures that React updates UI efficiently, even with complex and dynamic content. Unidirectional data flow. React follows a unidirectional data flow. Data only flows in one direction, from parent component to child component through POPs. This makes it easy to predict and manage how data moves through your application. For example, if you have a parent component that manages the state of a list of items, it will pass that list down to child components as props. If a child component needs to update the state, it sends an event or callback to the parent, which in turn updates the state and re-renders the necessary components. Here, I'll miss one question. Component-based architecture. One of the key features of React is component-based architecture. The UI is broken down into small, reusable pieces called components. Each component is responsible for rendering a part of UI and it can maintain its own state. For instance, consider the simple to-do application. The app could have separate components for the to-do list, individual to-do items, and a form to add new tasks. Each of these components can be reused and managed independently, making the code base easier to maintain and scalable. Next, JSX, JavaScript XML. JSX is a syntax extension for JavaScript that look like HTML, but it actually a combination of JavaScript and HTML. JSX used to describe what the UI should look like. For example, in JSX you can write something like div hello world. In the div tag hello world, under the hood, JSX is converted into regular JavaScript code, specifically React.createElement, div, null, hello world, etc. This allows you to write cleaner and more reusable code when creating React components. What is single page application? A single page application uh, is an application that loads only one HTML page and dynamically updates the content without requiring a full page reload. This makes the app feel faster and more responsive. React is ideal for building SPS. For instance, if you have a navigation bar that switches between pages, React can update the view without reloading the entire page. It updates only the part of the page that needs to change, such as the content for the current page. Next, hooks in React. React introduced hooks to allow functional components to manage state and side effects, replacing the need for class components. Some most commonly hooks in React are used. Use state. This hook lets you add state to the functional component. For example, if you want to track a counter, you can ask use state like this. Use effect. This hook allows you to perform side effects such as fetching data or interacting with the DOM. You can think of it as a combination of component did mount, component did update, and component will unmount in class component. Use context. This hook is used to access values from the React Context API, allowing you to share state across multiple components without passing props manually. Use ref. This hook returns a mutable object that persists between renders. It is useful for accessing and interacting with the DOM element or holding on to a value that does not trigger a re-render. Use reducer. Similar to use state, but for more complex state logic, it works like Redux, allowing you to manage state with actions and dispatches. Let's say you have a component where you want to manage a counter and fetch some data when the component loads. Here you could use useState and useEffect together. UseState manages the state for counter while useEffect fetches data and component mounts from the first time. Benefits of React. What are the benefits of React? React has several benefits. Component reusability. You can create reusable component which helps in managing large application. React Virtual DOM optimize performance by updating only the necessary parts of the UI. Declarative syntax makes it easier to predict and manage your app's behavior. React has a large ecosystem with tools like React Router for routing and Redux for state management, etc. Here, I found this. If you found this video helpful, means please subscribe the channel and share the videos. Hit the bell button. I'll see you in the next video.